Hello everybody, Colton R here. Welcome back to more Madden NFL 2002. In the last episode, we went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to play the Pittsburgh Steelers and we won 26-7. And now, in this episode, we're going to continue on with our little journey through the whole 2001 Browns season by playing the Detroit Lions at home. So, let's play the game. Alright, Browns-Lions. This time we're going to wear the home uniforms. And, yeah. Let's play the game. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I saw Jim Harbaugh on the freaking Lions roster as one of the quarterbacks, but I don't think he's the starting quarterback. He might be probably third string or second string. It's probably because he knew, or everybody knew, that he was starting to show signs of slowing down as he's
Hello everyone, this is James Brown. Today's regular season matchup is between the Browns and the Lions. Both
see, I got a better quarterback, Tim Couch.
I'll send this one over to Pat
Tim Couch, way better than any of the Detroit Lions quarterbacks.
Both of these teams are ready to go.
2001.
Let's get this one started.
Yeah, look at those guys down there. They're all jumping around trying to stay loose. They want to get this game going.
There's fullback Mike Sellers. Wide receiver Kevin Johnson. And another wide receiver, Jawan Dawson. Ricky Dudley, my tight end. And the coach, Butch Davis. Alright, the Lions are going to pick, and they pick heads. And I won the toss again. I'm going to kick off. And the Lions will defend the west end zone. Alright.
Both teams have taken the field. Let's see what these teams can do now as they're lined up for today's kickoff.
It's Detroit and Cleveland.
He gets it off.
It's a pretty booming kick. And they're going to take the knee.
He takes a knee.
Alright, there we go. Now the freaking playbooks are now fixed. Now I got more playbooks. Hooray.
1st and 10.
I got more plays to choose from. Finally have normal play calling instead of easy play calling.
Smith with the tackle.
I don't need no easy play calling.
Was dropped behind the line there.
Like to widen
and if you want to talk about the most effective way to stop the run, it's playing on the other side of the ball. When you get penetration like that, it's very hard for the offense to get positive yardage.
Ball on their own 20. They're blitzing. Batch hands it off. Rudd pulls him down at the 20.
Alright, 3rd and 10 for the Lions.
Quarterback back in his shotgun. He's looking to throw. Batch out over to the left.
And not able to get the first down there, so the Lions are going to
Leslie, is there an update?
Pat, I had a chance to talk to the head coach during warm-ups, and he said that he felt his team had not really met the expectations
so far, so
that
good.
he and the coaching staff had for him
3 and
so
out
far
for the
this
Lions.
season. He's hoping to see a better performance out there, or some personnel changes might be needed.
And it looks like I'm going to meet contact with 55.
Thanks for your report, Leslie.
I'm actually going to get some blocks here. Can I get some good blocks? Can I get some good blocks? Oh, knocked out of bounds.
Johnson had a nice return on that punt.
All right, pretty good
no
return.
No matter how good a punt is,
Got to
it
the
doesn't mean
44-yard
anything
line.
if your team can't
Shotgun.
stop the return.
Ooh, halfback flare. Ooh, that's
Ball on the
nice.
44-yard
that's
line.
a nice play right there. Yeah, this is a playbook I can roll with.
Back to pass. With
Johnson wide open, and he's got it inside the 15-yard line.
He's a receiver that can just play.
Okay, this time we're going to go I formation. Wide receiver post. And here's Tim Couch. He's 1 for 1 today. 28-yard pass to Johnson. Kevin Johnson.
Ball on the 15-yard line. Couch to
Ooh, there he is. He made a cut.
Johnson was the intended receiver. He put a lot of velocity on that pass.
He might want to put a little more touch on that type of pass.
Let's go with slants.
2nd and 10.
Watch for the tight end,
Ball
Dudley.
on the 15-yard line. Back to throw.
Dudley,
Dudley, the intended receiver.
Again, threw too early.
Couch fires a bullet, but nobody comes up with it.
A little less arm on the ball could have helped.
Let's do post and zags.
Ball on the 15-yard line. Quick drop.
There's Morgan. He's wide open. He's got the first.
With the reception. Tim Couch is looking comfortable in the pocket today.
All right, we're going to go single back
there reading the defense and then finding the open guy.
Wow, we tried to hand it off to Rhett.
What a play by Ellis.
Yeah, this guy is really a disruptive force on the line.
He
continually makes plays even after being double teamed.
And now we lost yardage on that freaking play. Now we got to go run the football
again.
The
Lions with a 4-man
Thank
front.
you.
He tucks it away.
All right, stopped at the 2. At the 3, I thought that was the 2.
3rd and goal.
All right, I guess it's the 3. 3rd and goal here.
6th play of this drive. Rhett gets the carry.
And stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now I have a choice. Do I go for it or do I just kick the field goal? Well, this is a team against. This is against a team against. Can't speak. This is a team I'm going up against that is from Michigan. I'm obviously going to go for it.
Couch sets up.
Gonna throw it. A throw to McDonald, please.
To the right.
And did he catch it? Is it a touchdown? I don't know.
I wouldn't do it. That's why you have special teams and defenses, so you don't have to worry about giving the ball right back on 4th down.
Freaking bull crap, man. That's some bull crap. All right, we're gonna go double blitz. But the good thing is I got Detroit pinned on their own 3 here, so.
The receiver goes in motion. The play clock is getting low. Stewart gets the carry.
Okay, let's go crash blitz.
Inside their own 5.
2nd and 10.
Ball on their own 3. Man in motion.
Who knows, more like 2nd and 10 and a half or 2nd and 11. Almost.
The rush is on. He hands it off. Renier brings him down at the 7.
Now 3rd and 7.
Deep in their own territory.
Let's see if that was the right call.
Back to throw it.
We're going to pass. And sacked!
Calls him down behind the line. How did that guy get in there, John?
The defender locked in on him like he was a missile. He just zeroed in and dragged him down to the turf.
And that means punting time for Detroit.
Jet awaits the snap.
The defense held there. Lost like 4 yards on that play. Kevin Johnson back deep to return this punt. And he gets up almost
broke it there.
All right.
And no matter how good a punt is, it doesn't mean
Shotgun.
anything if your team can't stop the return.
Halfback flare. Excuse me.
1st and 10.
All right, Couch back to pass.
With the
throw to Dawson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jawan Dawson.
The quarterback delivered the ball right on time for that score.
Yeah, that guy created some room and showed good body control to maintain control of that one.
here comes Phil Dawson to attempt the extra point.
Kick
is up.
Kick
is good.
Is good. They're up by a touchdown now.
7-0 against Detroit. You'll love to see it. And Phil Dawson ready to kick this one off.
Dawson gets it
another
off.
Great kick. And Fair's going to take it out of his own end zone. He's going to get to
They'll start the drive from the 26.
I'm pretty sure. 26, okay. This time we're going with a strong blitz.
The Lions down by 1 touchdown.
Throws intercepted by McCutcheon. And we get the ball back. All thanks to McCutcheon. What a pick. Going with that strong blitz actually worked pretty well. I'll take it. All right, 1st and 10 in Detroit territory. Looking. Gonna throw a deep pass to Johnson. He's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. Let's take a look at that pass again. Just threw a deep strike into Kevin Johnson's hands. And the Browns are up by 2 scores. Something that you don't really see often. And now to attempt the extra point, Phil Dawson to kick.
It's up.
And the kick is good.
The point after is good. The Browns made it a 2-score game.
5 seconds. That's all it took. 5 seconds for us to score. And we're up 14-0 against the Detroit Lions.
He gets it off.
And Howard will take the knee.
He downs it in the end zone. They're in an offset eye. The rush is on. Batch lets it fly.
Oh, wow. Detroit responded with a deep pass.
Morton makes the catch for the first down.
That was not
this
good.
This guy's pretty clutch. He's been their go-to guy whenever they need a first down.
Ball on the 19-yard line.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And the score is 14-0 Browns.
And we're ready to start the second quarter. Ball on the 19-yard line. Stewart on the run. Through the middle. Rudd with the tackle at the 20.
Nowhere to go on that
He's
play.
proven to be an important offensive weapon today.
Sit down. If you're sitting down, please stand up. If you are lying down, just ignore it.
Gonna go zone blitz this time.
Ball on the 20-yard line. Looking to turn it upfield.
Oh, wow. Wow, guys. Wow.
Sanders.
I
brings
don't think
him
he
down
got
at
there.
the 10.
I don't think he got the first down. Yeah, he's short. I'm going to go with the double blitz here. Yep, and look at that. Double blitz worked out. Rudd with the tackle for a loss.
That play call.
You know, this defense has been dominating them all day, and you get to the point where you're beaten and you just save yourself for the next game. Maybe they're at that point.
And now they will attempt the field goal.
The defense refused to give in on that series of downs.
The offense is going to have to be a little more creative with their play calls the next time they get close to the goal line. The defense had their number this time.
It's up.
Kick is up, and it is good.
The kick splits the upright.
Hansen gets the field goal for the Lions. It's now 14-3.
Hansen gets it off.
Here's Quincy Morgan. And you got the
Now you
22.
start to look around and you figure, who are the go-to guys? The guys who can respond and get this game close again.
Ooh, halfback screen is there. Let's go with a halfback screen, see if that works.
Blitz.
Up, and I'm getting
And
sacked.
slammed to the turf. That was a huge defensive play. Let's see how he got in there for the sack.
That guy just showed some great natural ability. He was able to move with a snap and then just sliced in there to drop the quarterback.
Okay, gonna go slants this time.
Ball on their own 14. He's looking to throw.
Dudley.
With the throw.
And
Dudley, the intended target. Westbrook swatted that one down.
The receiver just didn't have good position on him.
Ball on their own 14. Couch gets set. He's looking to throw.
throwing a deep ball to Johnson.
Johnson, the intended receiver. Couch with the overthrow.
All
You
right,
want
time
to
to
lead
punt.
the receiver so that he can catch and run, but you don't want to lead him that much.
Howard felt the defense bearing down on him there.
He did the right thing, concentrated and caught the ball.
Ball on their own 39. Batch drops back. Passes right.
Intercepted by McCutcheon again. That's his second pick of today.
To make that grab.
Man,
Quarterback
Detroit's
never even looked for any
QB.
of his other options.
That QB for Detroit is angry.
Ball on their own 49.
All right, 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line.
Ball at about midfield.
All right.
He's
Oh,
looking to
Morgan.
throw
He's
with the
wide.
pass.
Not Morgan. I meant Johnson.
Johnson was the intended receiver.
Shoot.
He overthrows his intended receiver.
There was no way he was going to get to that one.
Let's see. What else? What else do we have in our playbook? Well, let's go wide receiver deep.
Ball
post.
at about midfield. Drops back to throw.
Let's see. Johnson. Dawson.
Passes right. Dawson was the intended receiver.
It almost looked
Westbrook
like it could have been
tipped that
picked off,
pass.
but
And he did a nice
Thankfully,
job of catching up with
it
that
was not.
one and breaking it up.
strong eye formation. Yeah, let's go wide receiver streak.
Ball on their own 49. Steps back.
Ooh, Dudley.
Couch passes right.
Nobody was covering him.
Dudley with the reception. Fair. Stops him at the 35. What about Ricky Dudley, John?
If he can ever learn to catch the ball on a regular
Both
basis,
Dawson
he's
and
going to be a
Johnson
great
were
tight
getting
end. He's big and agile,
covered
but he's yet to prove that he
crazy.
can be consistent.
Double teamed, in fact.
1st and 10.
123 yards, 5 receptions, 1 touchdown this season for Dudley.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now.
Throwing to Morgan.
Throws it out over the
That's
middle.
pass interference.
Morgan
Yep.
was the
Pass
intended
interference. Can't do that. You can't do that.
Pass interference. Defense.
Pass interference on Detroit.
Penalties and
Now
takeaways
bring it
are
up
just
to the
as big a factor
19-yard
in some
line.
games as effective offense.
Okay, I guess
The
20-yard
team that
line, even though the
stays
penalty said, hey, it's going to be brought up to
usually
the
wins the game.
19-yard line.
Inside
They
the
lied.
red zone.
Okay, I got to call an audible.
Couch directing traffic down there. They may not get the play off in time.
Picked the wrong play here.
2-minute
Gotta hurry
warning
up.
coming up.
And I didn't get it off in time.
Loss of 5 yards.
Well, shoot.
The Browns make a mistake on offense.
Gotta wonder what the offense is thinking when something like that happens. There's no better way to short-circuit
Okay,
a
gotta
drive.
go wide receiver post this time.
Ball on the 25-yard line. Drops back
There's
to
Quincy
throw.
Morgan. He was wide open. Almost to the
Brings him
50.
down at the 11. About a yard to go. It's a blitz. Rice makes the stop at the 11.
All right. Let's go goal line formation this time. Halfback.
We'll see what they do
Dive.
inside the red zone here.
I instead picked halfback off tackle.
Blitz is on.
Yep, that did not work
Boyd
out.
breaks the play up in the backfield.
All right,
I'm
so
not
do
sure
I take
about
the
that play
points?
They're going to keep running
Or
the
do
ball
I
and pounding
go
away
for
at the defense. They'll keep the clock moving, and eventually
You know what,
the
let's go
defense
for
will
it.
be so
Screw
tired
it.
they won't be able to stop anything.
Couch sets up. Fakes the handoff.
There's Dudley. Oh,
Cleveland tried
had
for
it
the
in
first
his
and
hands
don't
and
make
he
it.
dropped
With a
it.
lead like this, the offense will gamble a little, hoping to
And I
keep the
turn
ball.
over the ball on downs.
They'll line up in the I formation. Stewart gets the carry. Ellsworth makes the stop at the 21. A little over a minute.
And Detroit's going to call timeout.
2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, 2 timeouts left.
We're at the 1-minute mark. Ball in their own 21. Batch drops back to throw with the pass. Stewart was the intended receiver. He just dropped that pass.
I think he just took his eyes off that one.
Batch hands it off. Rudd brings him down at the 19.
The running game is pretty non-existent
All right,
so
we're going to
far.
take a timeout
Out called by Cleveland. 2 timeouts remaining.
because obviously
Jet
the
awaits the
Lions were
snap.
going to run down the clock and not give us enough time to run a couple of plays. So, going to use that timeout wisely. Caught by Morgan, and he's going to get to midfield.
The ball is right at midfield.
Lions and the Browns have 2 timeouts remaining. That's good.
He's looking to throw. Couch
Oh,
throws
that's a
that.
double team.
Picked off.
And it's picked off.
Westbrook goes up there to get that one.
It looked like the quarterback may have slipped a little there. Maybe he wasn't able to put that one where he wanted.
1st and 10. Batch with a man in motion. Stewart tucks it away. McKenzie with the tackle at the 19. Not much on that play.
Yeah, you talk about a defensive line winning a battle, and this is what you mean.
Right,
the running back gets to the line, and there's nowhere to go after that.
They're in an offset eye.
They're not running another play. They're letting the clock run down. Don't know why, but they are. So this will be the last play of the game. And they just don't snap it. Wow. Really?
That's the end of the second quarter.
That was a complete waste of time, and the Lions could have probably had a score or a field goal, but no, they decided to waste down the clock.
Detroit needs to rebound as we get this third quarter underway.
And that was the end of the second half. I mean, the first half. And we lead 14-3.
He gets it off.
That just made absolutely no sense. But alas, it's Detroit. So,
well, they just have to keep doing what they've been doing. The defense hasn't put up too much resistance so far.
Leslie Visser is down on the field with some halftime news.
Pat, I asked the head coach about the kind of adjustments they made in the locker room. He's pretty happy with his team out there. He said that he feels that they were dominating several facets of this game and expects to be the same in the second half, allowing them to widen this margin. This is still anyone's game. We'll have to wait and see how the second half develops. Pat?
Thanks, Leslie.
Lost 8 yards on that play. 2nd and 18.
Back to throw. With the throw.
Gonna throw it deep to Dawson. And he caught it!
With the reception. Schultz.
Wow, what a catch.
31.
See that replay. That is a first down, folks. That is a first down. This time we're going to go halfback screen.
Couch gets set. Looking to throw it.
And
Porcher got the quarterback. How about Robert Porcher, John?
His burst out of his stance is as good as it gets. He explodes upfield, and he's always a threat to sack the quarterback.
Okay, let's go shotgun 4 wide receivers. Halfback go. And try to throw to Dawson, and I get sacked again. 3rd and 28. Jesus Christ.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
So, yeah, I've got a long way to go.
Blitz is on. Pass is right.
Throwing to Dawson.
Dawson
Incomplete.
was the intended target. He overthrows that pass.
That pass was clearly overthrown.
Now I've got to punt the ball
The
away.
Browns will punt it here. He didn't get much on that return.
Nothing happened on that return.
Oh, crap. Ran out of time to pick a defensive play. Oh, well.
Stewart looking to turn it upfield. Ball on their own 25. Batch under the center. Schlesinger, the man in motion. And he gets the toss. Ellsworth with the tackle at the 39. What are your thoughts on James Stewart, John?
This guy is a great performer. He puts on a show for the fans and still gets the job done on the field.
All right, Detroit's got a new set of downs.
Batch with a man in motion.
Guy in motion.
Blitz is on, and he gets the toss.
And
Smith stops him at the 38. Looked like he tried to make something happen on that play, but got wrapped up.
Yeah, he really had nowhere to go with the ball. He got to just take whatever the defense gives without trying to break a big one.
Ball on their own 38. 2nd and 10. Looking for room. Stewart takes it to the outside.
Wow.
James Stewart is a strong runner.
He's a very strong runner. He'll plow through the defensive line like a bulldozer. He always seems to find his way into the end zone when he's around the goal line.
Ball at about midfield. He gets the carry. Smith makes the stop at the 43.
A consistent running game will keep the defense on the field, not allowing them to rest on the sideline.
Ball on the 43-yard line. It off.
Oh, it was another run to the running back.
Miller with the takedown at the 38. Turns the corner for the first down.
Now that shows field awareness. He knew just how far he had to go to make the first, and he turned the corner and got it.
Ball on the 38-yard line. 6th play of this drive. Batch hands it off.
Fumble!
With the tackle at the
got
36.
it! Roy's got it! Oh my goodness! Can he go? Oh, I thought he was going to take it all the way, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take a good fumble recovery with some good yardage. All right, haven't really ran with my running backs, so let's see if we can do something. Nice halfback pitch.
Rhett with the carry.
Okay, try to spin move.
Pulls him down at the 42.
Apparently the spin move is
the
not
offense
working.
runs it.
As a coach, you need to make sure that you establish your running game as a weapon that can hurt the other team.
Ball on the 42-yard line. Couch hands it off. Boyd pulls him down at the 40. So we've reached the end of the third quarter with the Cleveland Browns ahead of the Detroit Lions. 14
at the end of 3.
The teams are set for the fourth quarter of play.
Okay, where's the slants play? Where's the slants? Okay, we're
A little
spread
over
wide
4 to
receiver
go.
streak. Hurry up to line. Hurry up to line. Oh, we're probably going to get penalized. Probably going to get penalized.
They may have to burn a
we
timeout
got
if they're not careful.
Dawson.
Couch to throw it.
And I got hit
Dawson,
as
the intended receiver. The pass was underthrown.
And sometimes when you're trying to throw away from the defender, you just underthrow the ball.
Where am I again? 40-yard line. Let's kick a 50-yard field goal. 50-yard field goal.
Dawson
Kick is
needs
up,
good
and
distance
it
on
is
this. The kick
good!
upright.
Holy
The
crap!
Browns made it a
57-yard
two-score
field
game.
goal. Phil Dawson, he still got it, baby! My goodness. That is crazy. And we take a 14-point lead again. I thought he was going to miss that. I really thought he was going to miss it. Like, seriously. I did not think it was going to happen. I'm going to take it out of the own end zone. And
The
tackle.
Lions start the drive from the 26.
But man, that was a pretty good field goal, if I say so myself.
1st and 10.
And it's 57 yards.
Quick drop. With the pass. Pass complete.
And Sloan's got it, and there's a penalty. Face mask. Oh, you got to be kidding me. And that's a 1st down.
Face mask on the defense, number 57.
You know, this drives the defensive coordinator crazy. They're giving this offense yards.
Ball on their own 37.
All right, another 1st and 10 for the Lions.
The man in motion. Drops back to throw. Batch throws left.
And Ellsworth could have picked it off.
Herman Moore owns some NFL records.
They're
Still another
unbelievable.
1st down.
He catches balls that are almost impossible to get. Other receivers dream of having hands like that.
Nickel back in this time. Quick drop.
And sacked.
Goes down. What makes Gerard Warren such a good player, John?
This guy has a rare combination of size and speed. He's also a powerful hitter who uses his hands well to shed blockers.
Ball on the 46-yard line. Quick drop. Throws it out over the middle.
Incomplete.
He didn't hang on to it.
There's really no excuse for that. You just have to catch those balls.
So we're in a passing situation.
All right, crucial 3rd down here.
Looking to throw it with the pass.
And
The intended
incomplete.
receiver.
Wide
Well,
receiver
John, he
did
threw it in
not
there,
see
but
it.
fell
And
incomplete.
Detroit
Well,
will
he
have
slung
to
it in
punt
there,
it
but
away.
the receiver just couldn't come up with it.
Jet back to punt.
And there's the punt by Detroit. We're just going to line up the ball. And it's out of the end zone for a touchback. So we've got to work with 3 minutes, 44 seconds left in this football
Here's
game.
the blitz. Couch hands it off. Fair pulls him down at the 23. It's a blitz. Couch hands it off. Boucher makes the stop at the 26. Ball on their own 26.
All right, 3rd and 5 here.
The Browns line up in the
trying
shotgun.
to kill some of this clock down.
They may have to burn a timeout if they're not careful. Couch back to throw. With the throw.
Gonna throw a deep ball to Johnson. And he's got it!
Complete.
And he's inside the 30.
Yeah, nice effort on that play. You know, if he put that kind of effort in on every play, he'd be setting all sorts of records.
And we're going to take that clock to the 2-minute warning. Alright, 2-minute warning. Time for us to basically run the ball and end the game. But we still gotta get some first downs, so yeah, there's that.
Rhett tucks it away.
Yeah, Rhett's not really
Boyd stops him at the 25. They'll
timeout
stay conservative
Detroit.
and keep it on the ground.
It's important to pound the defense with a run. Sooner or later, they're going to bend.
Oh, here's a Slades
Ball
play.
on the 25-yard line. Here's the blitz. O'Shea pulls him down
sacked.
at the 34.
Timeout
O'Shea
Detroit.
plays hard on every down.
This guy wants to win. His play on field indicates his determination to win games. What a tough player he is.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
Detroit has one timeout left. If they get a sack, they can call that timeout.
He's looking to throw. Couch
Oh,
lets the
Johnson
pass
wide
fly.
open and
Johnson, the intended target. Westbrook.
So that
knocked
stops
it
the
down.
clock, and that's
He
good for
did what you
Detroit.
taught to do. That's take away
Well, we're
the
gonna go for a
ability
field
for the
goal.
receiver to catch the ball.
To
He can't catch
possibly
it.
put this
You
game
knock
away.
it down.
Dawson
Kick is
tries
up,
for the
and
long
it
field goal
is
attempt.
no good. You gotta be kidding me. That's freaking crazy, man. That is freaking crazy right there. How did that happen?
Ball on their own 41.
I'm confused.
He's looking to throw. With the throw.
He's gonna throw it deep, but he throws it too much.
Morton, the intended target. He led him too far there.
No, and maybe he got held up in the line because their timing was really off on that pass.
Ball on their own 41. Batch to throw it. Throws left. Moore, the intended target. He didn't get it to him.
And you want to lead the receiver so that he can catch and run. But you don't want to lead him that much.
3rd and 10 here.
Batch sets up. He's looking to throw. Pass is left. Morton with the reception.
And they
How
got
about Johnny Morton, John?
He's a tremendous
They're gonna
athlete
hurry
and
up
a big
to the
play
line
threat.
now.
He plays under control, and he shows great awareness on the field.
And they're just going to spike it, really. Spike the ball. You have enough time. You could just run another play, but no, they just decide to spike it. Makes absolutely no sense.
They're just about in field goal range. Drops back to throw. With the throw. Complete.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. We had that dude
Rudd
right there.
stops him at the 25. How about Charlie Batch, John?
He looks
Seems
very
they're going
comfortable
to
back
spike
there.
the ball
Passes
again.
are right on target.
Yep, they spiked the ball with a minute left to go. Again, could have ran another play, but no, they decided to spike it for some odd reason.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
You're literally wasting a down, so
A minute left. Batch drops back to throw. Pass is left. Pass complete. Morton is the real deal.
Year in and year out, this guy comes to play hard. He makes tough catches in traffic.
and goal,
I'll tell
and
you,
they're
he
gonna
can
spike
burn you deep, too.
Nickel back in this time.
they did,
And
and
a flag on the play.
of course, Warren offsides.
Offside. Number
So that's
7.
going to give them half the distance to the goal.
Looking to throw it. Pass is left.
Incomplete.
He really put some heat on that pass.
If he throws it any harder, the skin might come off the ball.
Second and goal for Detroit here.
Moore goes in motion. Batch back to pass.
Go and drop back the pass. Incomplete. Through to one of my defenders'
backside. The ball
backsides.
in there despite excellent coverage.
And when you talk about forcing the pass or forcing the ball in there, that's the kind of play you're talking about.
3rd and goal.
3rd and goal here for Detroit.
Man in motion. Out over to the right. Schlesinger was the intended target. What a stop.
The defense remained focused, and they're making it hard on this team to come back.
Two yards
Here we
to the
go.
goal
This
line.
is 4th and goal. If they don't get this, it's basically game over.
Play of this drive. Back to pass.
Throws and...
I wonder what the coach was thinking there, John.
Well, that's a question.
Incomplete!
Always be second-guessing.
Oh, my goodness.
And he fails to get
It was incomplete.
Ball
And
on
we're
the
going to
1 yard
walk
line.
out of here with a W. Well, technically, we're going to defend home turf with a W.
The rush is on.
And Rhett,
Couch hands it off.
look at him go.
Makes the stop at the
And Detroit
11.
will use their final timeout.
That's their final timeout.
2nd and short.
So one more play, we'll do it.
Ball on their own 11.
And the Browns will go 3-0.
There's a challenge on the field.
Up, and seems there's going to be a challenge on the spot of the football. Well, his knee's down. I believe the football's it's 1st down.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is overturned.
The replay booth saw some reason to stop and review the play there.
You have to give it to these officials.
Calling the
Their
field
job's not
stands.
easy.
1st down.
Sometimes they make mistakes, and most of the times they're right.
Right.
And we go.
Yeah, obviously you can't call a challenge
Let's
on
get
the
back
field.
to the play on the field.
Detroit couldn't call a challenge, so that's why the refs were challenging it. So it was
hands it
basically a
off.
referee
Boyd with the tackle at the 14.
The previous play was under further review. So yeah. But it doesn't matter.
And the clock
I still
runs
win
out. The final
17-3
score is
against the
17,
Lions.
Detroit 3. This concludes
That's
another
an
game
L
of
for
Madden
Detroit
NFL
and another win for
2002.
Cleveland.
See you
And
next
we're
time.
undefeated. 3-0. 3-0. That's awesome. Alright, so let's look at the final stats and info here. 207 yards of total offense, 19 rushing yards, 188 passing yards, 5 first downs, 1 giveaway, 3 takeaways, 3 for 9 on 3rd down conversions, 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions, 2 red zone attempts, 0 red zone touchdowns, 0 red zone field goals. Red zone scoring was a 0%. 3 penalties for 12 yards. Yeah. Tim Couch, 95.5 quarterback rating, 229 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 8 completions, 20 attempts, 40% completion rate, 11.4 yards per pass, 5 sacks. Longest pass was 50 yards. Eric Rhett, 22 yards rushing, no touchdowns, 12 attempts, 1.8 yards per carry. Longest rush was 9 yards. Kevin Johnson, 3 receptions, not 9, 109 yards receiving. 36.3 yards per catch, 1 touchdown. Longest was 48. Juwan Dawson, 2 receptions, 80 yards, average of 40 yards. per catch, 1 touchdown. Longest was 50 yards. Quincy Morgan, 2 receptions, 24 yards, average of 12 yards per catch. Ricky Dudley, 1 reception, 16 yards, 1 drop from him. Now, Dalen McCutcheon, he had 2 interceptions. That was great. Marquise Smith had 5 tackles. 3 tackles were for a loss. Dwayne Rudd, 5 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. Corey Fuller, 4 tackles. Percy Ellsworth, 3 tackles. Lewis Sanders, back from injury, had a tackle. Phil Dawson, 1 field goal made, 2 field goals attempted. 2 extra points made, 2 extra points attempted. Alright. Pretty good. And we got a W out of it. Excellent. Excellent. Alright. And then with that, I think it's time to simulate the rest of the week. And oh boy, we got the Jaguars next. Cool. Let's take a look at the rewards. Alright, week 3, NFL Offensive Player of the Week. Terrell Davis of Denver. And then Allen of the New York Giants, Defensive Player of the Week. Oh my goodness. Andy Katzenmoyer, Defensive Player of the Week for the AFC for the New England Patriots. Hello, Mr. Katzenmoyer, former Ohio State Buckeye. He had 6 tackles, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 touchdown. Wow. Good for you, Andy. Even though it's a video game. Then NFC Offensive Player of the Week, Marshall Faulk. And, yeah. So far, so good. Sucks we don't have anybody for the Players of the Week, but that's fine. We got our eyes on the biggest prize, the Super Bowl. Alright, Colts still leading the AFC East. We're leading the AFC Central. The Browns leading the AFC Central. Chargers still leading the AFC West. Giants leading the NFC East. Buccaneers leading the NFC Central. And 49ers, Falcons, and Rams are in a 3-way tie for the NFC West. And right now the NFL is saying the Colts are the first place team in the NFL. Alright. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call this an episode. So, with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching this brand new episode of Madden NFL 2002. If you enjoyed it, smack a like on it, subscribe if you're new to this channel, check out my other videos I've uploaded to my channel, and I shall see you guys next time for more Madden NFL 2002. So, with that, I'll see you guys later.